your guys' energy right now is mwah, chef's kiss. I kid you not. I split the deck twice in a row and got both the Star and the King of Swords both times, y'all. Literally, Spirit is coming in and saying, when you are just your most authentic self, when you just say the truth, when you just are who you are, you say what you say, you like what you like, people instantly gravitate towards you. I don't really feel like y'all have done anything super big, super massive, changed anything about yourself. You've really just stopped caring about what other people feel, what other people say, what other people think. And you've just really started to stand in your own power. And when you stand in your own power, when you stand in your own authenticity, that's when the good things are gifted to you naturally. So this collective is really like people who know you, who knew the past version of you, sense this change, sense this difference. But I'm really even feeling that people who don't know you are still feeling this almost gravitational pull to you at the moment, because your aura, bro, it's so expansive and it's so illuminative right now that it's literally a beacon of light to everything around you. People, places, opportunities, things. It's like you are literally like, hello, 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 hello. I don't want to say like you're the sun and everything revolves around you, but that's kind of what the energy is feeling like, because you don't really have to go and gravitate towards things. You don't really have to work as hard, maybe. And it's because it's being you. It's just you finally stepped into yourself. But let's see what Spirit has to say for this collective. Instantly, we got cards falling on the floor. We have the Worlds and we have the Moon in the reversal and the Nine of Pentacles. This whole period of doubt, of confusion, of anxiety, like we're done with it, okay? I really do feel like for a while this collective just felt like they, like, you know, maybe you were yourself for a while. Maybe you got bullied for it. Maybe you didn't feel like it was your truest self. Maybe you weren't getting opportunities, you know, yada, 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 yada. But the cycle of you just feeling like you need to fit in a certain box or you need to follow certain rules or regulations, like that's over. The card that fell on the floor is literally the Eight of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles was right beneath the Nine of Pentacles. You literally make your success, you make your money, you make your abundance by being your most authentic self. I'm hearing some of you guys could be content creators, some of you guys could be actors, you know, you guys could just be in the limelight in some sort of way. And it's like, you may feel like you need to put on a certain role, be a certain character. You might compare yourself to other people in your fields. And the universe is saying that's great for some aspects, but when you want to look at your success, you just have to be yourself. You cannot pretend to be another person. You cannot try to put on their mask, put on their facade. Like, you have to just be so authentically yourself. And the universe is going to reward you when you do so. I feel like you've felt this already. The times and the moments where you have just been yourself and you have just been unapologetic and you haven't tried to be or compare yourself to other people, that's when the natural success comes in. Okay? And it's like this level of success where it's not that you don't have to work, but you're not stressing for it. Okay, you kind of just get to exist in your element and do your own thing and have fun doing it, and you just get to make money and be successful doing it. Okay, you're really gonna know you're starting to put on a mask of some other person when it just, like, I'm hearing this collective could start to dissociate. You could start to feel really like pessimistic. Everything could start to feel like a chore rather than something you get to do. When you are your most authentic self, I'm not saying there's never going to be moments where you're not frustrated, where you're not annoyed, where you're not a little bit bored, tired, whatever, but you should ultimately be so excited to get up and do what you do, or it's not what you're not naturally supposed to be doing, okay? It means you're doing something for someone else, or you're trying to be someone else. Splitting the deck once again to the Seven of Pentacles and the Chariot. The universe is saying you've built what you needed to build, and like that's why everything's coming in. A lot of times, and most often, it's when you step into your most authentic self, it's not that all of the manifestations and all of the blessings are just going to immediately flood to you, okay? You got to handle it in a rate and a pace that you can handle. And also the universe needs to make sure that you're going to stay in that same energy, stay in that same light, even when things aren't necessarily going to plan or being the best that they could be, right? So universe, spirit, source, any final messages for this collective? We have the Queen of Swords and the Emperor with the Queen of Wands. Like, you're ready for this. You're ready for this. And the universe just really, I feel like they want you to use your voice, okay? You know, you're going to make some people upset. You're going to make people frustrated. There's going to be people that don't agree with you. There's going to be people that don't like you. Guess what? That's how you know you made it big. It's how you know you made it big. But the universe is saying that you're somebody who's going to be remembered. 444 when I look up, like, you're going to have this legacy. You're going to have this name. Like, people are going to naturally look to you. People are already naturally looking to you. But it's going to be, you already have this kind of magnetizing flow. But then people are going to get to you and realize that you have something to say. They have something to take away from you, something to learn. You're a teacher. Start giving yourself credit for what you know as well, is a download coming through. Like, people really do want to hear what you have to say, the experiences that you've been through. Again, some of y'all are content creators. Some of you guys need to be sharing your stories more, your experiences, because people want to hear. People love to hear about your life. People love to hear about your experiences. Not only do you relate to individuals, but you showcase to individuals how you can get over hard times, how you can step into your authentic self, what happens when you do step into your most authentic self. So you guys got it. Again, it's like the universe is going to test you for a little bit before things start to really, really flow in their most authentic state, but that's also part of the process. So just keep being who you are, even when things feel a little bit slow, when things feel a little bit rough, when you're facing a lot of backlash, and just know that as long as you stay within yourself and you stay within source and spirit, you're golden, baby. But I love you all so much. If you need a personal reading, a personal working, or want to order any of my spelled body oils or sprays, only way to do so is in the link in bio. But I love you all so much.